Hey, this video is to pass on some information I learned while working on this 2012 Hyundai Azera. It has a 3.3 liter engine. I think the things that I found out about this engine are common to a lot of Hyundai and Kia and probably American engines as well. The chain was rattling, and that is found on the internet, was usually this tensioner, and this tensioner has a rumbly noise in it when you squeeze it. It also was spitting out a code of P0018, which indicates that the camshaft, which would be that little beauty, there's two of them, is not in sync, I guess, with the crankshaft. Reason was that these cogs, for lack of a better word, whatever they are, variable timing devices, the pin, this is the new device, it has a pin. Here's the one I took off. The pin is missing, and that is because the pin, it's about at 11 o'clock position. You can see there's a pin in there. You can also see I've tried to drill that pin out, and all I managed to do is push it in even further. Now, why that pin can migrate that far into the camshaft is a mystery to me, because it looks like that is a recipe for future failure, which is exactly what happened. I don't know if the rattling caused by the untensioned chain, the timing chain, by this defective part, somehow managed to make this happen, or if they just happened independent of each other, don't know. At any rate, had to order a new camshaft, a couple $100, well, $250, I guess. I was quoted about $10,000 to do the repair, so the car's worth substantially less than that. So I thought, well, shoot, I'm a fool, I can do this. So here I am. So far, so good. I found the actual problem, both problems, the chain rattling, which was pretty much a gimme, and then the P0018 code would be that pin that is broken off or has migrated into the camshaft. Other things that I learned, the intakes, the valves were very dirty. This has already been cleaned using scraper and this product, and it did a pretty good job. But I tell you what really worked is, I know this is mixing Home Depot and Lowe's, but I'm hoping to get my big contract with both of those companies for my next video. At any rate, that is a vacuum cleaner of sorts, a very cheap vacuum cleaner that you don't mind getting incredibly disgusting, which is what happens. And the way I handled this was I inserted a straw, basically, with some foam to make a seal, putting it into the opening. Now you have to make sure that the valves are closed so you're not spraying the chemical into your engine, but I just used this product, spraying it in, simultaneously sucking it out, and that did a pretty amazing job, I thought. I mean, I suppose a walnut sandblasting is better, but that's the after, and ain't bad. And the vacuum was like 30 bucks, and you know, a can of this, which one can is not enough to do 6 cylinders, and I had to buy a second can. So, you know, you got maybe 40 bucks all told there. Other things that might be useful to someone, you have to loosen this bolt. I have a breaker bar on it. Now the car would be in a low position where that breaker bar would be sitting on the ground when you're actually trying to break that bolt. There's plenty of videos of people turning the engine over slightly just for a second to break the bolt. It works great. But this is a push button start, so what I determined was the safest thing, because I don't want to press that button and have the car try and crank, pull out the fuse for the starter, which goes right there. Pins number 30 and 87 will connect the starter to the battery. And I'm sorry about this brake here, but this is what I used to bump the engine. Now the engine's apart, so I can't bump it right now, but all you're really doing is taking this little jumper and sticking it down in those two holes right there and touching those in just for a second, and then the engine will crank for just a second and break that bolt instantly. Otherwise you would struggle. I tried with a impact wrench, it did not work. And you can't turn the engine backwards. You shouldn't, is my understanding. So anyway, those are the things that I learned working on this. Hopefully that will be helpful to someone else. Thanks for watching.